You're locked in, everybody. We're trying to get these. Lockdown takes points of view before that Colorado versus Colorado State game that goes down at 10 p.m. It's going to be on ESPN. So if you're going to watch it at the sports bar or in the comforts of your own home, that's cool. That's cool. So we're going to get into the POVs of Undisputed on what they have to say about Jay Norvell's comments and their thoughts. So lock it in and lock in for that game. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Colorado versus Colorado State. Who will be victor? Lock it in and see.
Wait. Lil Wayne is performing
live on Big Noon Kickoff. That song that you just heard. And what did you just say about that song?
All right, hold on.
before the game. He got, because you know he called Lil Wayne to do all this. He's in on everything.
Later in that video, Dion is shown on his golf cart saying, now he's messing with my mama. Michael Irvin, you know Dion as well as anybody outside his family does. How do you explain the shot Jay Norvell took at Coach Bryant?
We've seen Dion many times on all these social media clips. And one thing he always talks about is he is as comfortable being him as anybody. The only time Dion ever said, what do you think I should do? It's when he retired from the NFL and he was going into TV. Came over to my house, he had some suits, and we sat down. We went over some camera work, so I put paper 1, 2, and 3. I said, now make sure you turn to your camera. He said, what do you think I should wear? It's the only time he asked, what do you think I should wear? I said, Tom, do you. Do you. He said, you know what? I said, they're hiring you. Colorado.
Wait, were some of the suits flashier than other suits? Or?
Oh, yeah. And he was like, see, he was going to CBS. He was like, should I go just regular or should I put on? I said, you wear Deal Sanders primetime suits. That's what they were hiring. That's what they want. That's what Colorado hired. They understood that. Right. No, listen, when I look at this, I say to myself, why would this coach say anything? When we talk about that one win that Colorado had, the only win that they had, the last time they had it was 2019, last time they played, but the last 5 times they beat this team. You had a chance to sneak in a trap game.
Sneak in.
But you just blew the trap wide open right there with those comments. And what's different, dog, what's different is this dude right here, he does something different. We've never seen coaches talk openly about emotions like that on a football field. Picking on these kids and picking at these kids about everybody's coming after you. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't bothering nobody. Mm-hmm. Only the whole social media world, that's all we see is Colorado, Colorado. You're bothering everybody. And Dion has taken this and made it, like he says, personal.
All right, so we're going to stop right there. I think it was a little nervousness. That's just my POV observation with the lingering Lil Wayne talk that I just thought he was going to jump on into it. But, here's Colorado Buffalo's 2023 schedule. They're 2-0. They've won TCU 45-42. Nebraska 36-14. That's 2 wins. Tonight, Colorado State, 10 p.m. on ESPN. Next up, it'll be Oregon. And then they face off with USC California. Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, Utah. So this is not like an easy schedule to look at. But when you don't have this record, you're coming in with a chip. I don't know who, you can look at this many dynamics. I haven't seen this POV yet. Is Norvell taking this tremendous L right now in media versus coaches? But still, there are some coaches around the league that could have it in for, this could be even bigger than what we're seeing is media. Could Jay Norvell have taken the L because right now you have more on the side of Coach Prime in Colorado, Buffaloes, over Colorado State? And he took the L to put this out there to get Deion going, which is a setup for other coaches who will stay quiet and just try, not will, because we don't know, but try to dismantle this winning streak. They're not going to say it because they may have a lot more to lose. But, okay, since they're talking about the numbers of Colorado State, let Jay Norvell stick a poke at the bear, at the buffalo. Can I get a laugh on that? That was a little pun. But can Jay Norvell, at this point, be the fall guy? You know what I mean? For the others, who many others feel the same and may feel the same, I should say, allegedly, POV. And let him take the L, then let the bravado of Deion come out, which it has, the teams, his sons and other players come on out, the celebrities and all that, and then they start to dismantle. Is this a setup saying, how does he respond under pressure? Is he going to still do what many call peacocking the situation to death? Or, which is still, even though you didn't start it, it's still uncoachmanlike conduct. Again, as I left out from my last segment, like Jalen Hurts in the press rooms, he's been so locking away emotions, answering questions, and jumping on, jumping off, or not even responding at all. And instead of blowing this whole up, because at the end of the day, you can have your celebrities come, your celebrity athletes come, you can have many people saying talk that talk, but then the powers that be, when you're trying to elevate as a student going from college to NFL, you're not going to have that padding. Is somebody in that NFL going to be resentful? Are there going to be other players in opposition? Or, well, forget for leaping that far, but let's stay right where we are. Let's look at the schedule that I told you. It's going to be other coaches that feel the same sentiments as Jay Norvell. You better believe it. For real. But they're going to stay quiet and let Jay take the L, which is a win in their eyes, to get Deion going. And then other players in the schedule and teams, man, they start dismantling. Or now you got a reputation for just doing too much. Did Jay Norvell really do too much and this was just a gaffe? You know what I mean? Or is this something bigger to make a stain for some of the players who may try to jump up into NFL if nothing goes wrong, God forbid, or to make them even more heated and hated for these other teams' possible dismantle? Well, you never know. It could have just been the long game and Deion fell for it. Now, most people would just, you have coaches that talk, you have rivalries, but do you need to milk it to death? I don't know. I feel like you don't, because sometimes silence is deafening. So let's just finish in and hopefully we can have them stop dancing too much and just get to what they feel. Okay. All right. Let's get back to this.
I can't wait now to see this game.
You better get there early, then. Because it's going to be over early.
This game,
it was going to be over early the first time before Jay Norvell said what he said about Deion. Look, I don't know how to explain why he did it.
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea. He playing to the crowd. Maybe it was in the moment.
Or like I said, everybody, the fall guy for the rest of college, anyone of the entire college that doesn't even want him there, period, And the long game has been set to get him to come out and run this into the ground. And then the dismantle starts for the long game. I mean, you never know.
I agree. Whatever the case is, but when he opened up his mouth and he said what he said, it does become personal. Because the Deion that we all know and we all love and we all seen, there's a community of not only coaches and players and ex-players and coaches, but there's a community of young kids that look up to that. Now you try to discredit him by his style in the way that he goes about doing things.
Yeah.
Just because he walks into a press conference and he's wearing his glasses and he's got on a hat and he's got his chains on, what is he supposed to wear? Like Deion said, tell me how to dress if this is really a problem for you. Help me, tell me. So you want me to dress like an old crusty coach? That's what you want. How did that help you get your job as you waited 30-something years to become a head coach at the University of Nevada? You did everything that they told you to do.
There's the issue.
He did.
They told you to act a certain way, Jay Norvell, to dress a certain way, to walk in and talk a certain way, and you still didn't get a job for 30-something years as a head coach.
Yeah.
Right.
You bounced around. You've been coaching since 1986.
Okay, throwing the stats.
Coach, starting at Iowa, you've been all around the NFL.
All around.
You've been all around college football. You finally got an opportunity at the University of Nevada after all this time.
So, Key, you
trying to do it the way do it the way that they want you to do it.
Right.
But Deion does it the way that he wanted to do it.
Right.
He goes from high school being exactly who he is to Jackson State, doing exactly the way he wanted it to, turn the program upside down, parlayed it into Colorado, who's now 2-0 after going 1-11, and you have a problem with that brother's style. It's ridiculous. Right. Then you bring his family into it. Like Deion said, you messing around with his mother.
Right.
As if his mother didn't train him or teach him how to be a man.
Well, you talking about somebody who's
Come on,
close
man,
to?
stop.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm talking about, Deion and his mom? You don't mess around.
But how do you, not only just Prime.
But now listen, in defense, he did not say anything that's BS. Michael Irvin, he did not say anything about Deion's mother. He talked about how his mother, see, when I say the long game, this is exactly what I mean. You're taking it out of context. He did not say anything about his mother straight up. He said his mother taught him. And it's kind of like, if this is the long game, then they're sitting back saying, we got him right where we want him. We want him to boof it up and puff it up. Now, I will say to these brothers right here, or Undisputed, anybody else, listen, you obviously didn't know what went on behind the scenes at the HBCU when Coach Prime would sometimes meet up with other coaches, or how he still used that, what I like to call, for anybody, peacockness. Like, I peacock. Everybody peacocks to a certain point. You know, you come into the SWAC conference, and because the MEAC lost some of the schools over to the SWAC, you're going to just say, the SWAC needs to fold and come on over here. Well, all of that is like that step and jive talk, because that's not how the HBCUs work. You got 4 conferences. You got CIAA, you got the SEAC, you got the SWAC, and you have the MEAC. Okay, and nobody's folding. Then, you know, you want to walk through the huddle. Nobody hasn't forgotten about that, except for those who have selective memory at his time with the HBCU football. Walk right through their huddle, saying that's your normal thing to do, to walk around the perimeter. And those young guys, unfortunately, they cussed him out because they felt it was intentional. I've never seen a coach walk through anybody's huddle before the game are over on their side if they're already out on the field just to do a walk around. You will walk around them, not through them. So some of this karma is coming back. And we're not going to sit up here, those who know, if you know, you know, you're not going to speak on it. Or, you said you were late getting there, and so, you don't want to do the pregame where coaches come together and the other coach felt disrespected. I mean, these are people's feelings. Now you're out of HBCU and you're getting a little taste of their long game. So it's a little bit of karma. Like Shadura said, they were on our field. And the other coach said we were playing. This was praying. This was last week, and we invited them to come pray with us. Shadura didn't take it as that. So now you got Shadura doing a lot of sound bouts, for his dad. But now, here's the long game. You have so many people talking so much stuff about other coaches who have had sons on their teams, and you haven't had that kind of mouth to come back. Your dad can speak for himself, and as a coach, he should tell you to stand down. Now you got the long game sitting right there, if that is the thing. And they're like, okay, he might be a little bit of a problem coming on into the NFL, or, you don't see other coaches who kids have been on their teams. And I'm not going to name any. You know what it is out here, especially in college. They just took the back seat, and their dads or the player has always took the heat. You didn't see those coaches just get on there and do whatever. So now you're going to say, hey, well, this is Deion. He's going to do what he does, just like Norvell is saying he should do this. What I'm saying is the rules of engagement and decorum. I fully agree that Norvell was out of order, but I feel like there's a bigger picture here. I feel like the long game has been set, and that's just me. Everybody else let him, with the dismal record, be the sounding brass to set off the peacock, and then they'll take care of the rest to try and dismantle. But can you dismantle what God has given in favor, if that's your belief in God, and that is favor? No, you can't dismantle that. But are we seeing a little bit of karma for the imperfect Deion and some of the things that happened over at Jackson, his interactions with other coaches, which is truly fact? Well, you're getting a little bit of taste, but I feel it's a lot more than that too. Show and prove. The favor is for Colorado tonight, the Buffaloes, and we shall see. But is this the fall guy, Norvell, to take the L, and you're going to be all right, just as you are? We'll make sure of that. And now the long game has been set. Okay? So we'll see how that goes. So keep it locked. We got more takes, more of my POVs. We're counting it down to 10 o'clock. That's going to be the game, Colorado versus Colorado State. Who will take victor in college football? If you're out and about, stay safe. If you're inside, stay safe. This is going to be one game for the books, and I'll be doing play-by-plays and live. So, lock it in.